Good evening, everybody. How's it going? I want to thank you for taking the time out of your lives to be here tonight. Thank you for driving in this winter weather. This performance, this recital, is a culmination of the last 3 semesters of applied credits through UMary for my Master's in Arts in Music degree. What that means is I've been taking oboe and bassoon lessons from my professor, Tanya Mertz over here, as well as playing French horn with the city band. And I even took some piano lessons in there, but I left that off the program. So that would take way too long for me to learn. On piano tonight we have collaborative pianist. This is Ani Marquez Catarin. Very good. My motivation for this entire, not even just this recital, but my motivation for obtaining this degree was not only better myself, but become a better instructor for my students. I have students that play an array of different instruments, obviously, right? A band is made up of all the things. A choir is made up of all the different voice parts. I wasn't strong on the oboe. I was kind of okay on the French horn, and bassoon's my primary, so I should be beefed up on that. You learn a lot, okay? You still can learn a lot. I chose oboe because I was starting a new student this year on oboe, and I wanted to give him everything he needed to be successful and be able to adjust his reeds, because that in and of itself is way too much work to try to learn as a 5th grader, okay? I can't even learn it now. It's a lot. It's all good though. I wanted to gain that firsthand experience and become the student so I can become the best teacher for my students and really just motivate them to continue with lifelong music skills. My background on oboe started in my undergrad degree. I was playing in woodwind methods, which was like a 3-week course, maybe 4, and you're just thrown into it like, this is the oboe, this is how it works, good luck. You have a test at the end and you have to pass, or you retake it. I passed. That was circa 2012 maybe, okay? I haven't touched an oboe since then, and I picked it back up in July, I believe. Maybe it was June, okay? So what you're about to hear is gonna be the best 2.5 month, no, what month is it, December? This part of the year, okay? This section of the year since summer, the best oboe playing probably you've ever heard in your life. Some of you. It's gonna be great. For French horn, I played trumpet growing up, I played some tuba, and a lot of the brass translates over to other brass instruments. It's not all identical, you have different fundamental things that you have to work on. The mouthpiece size, your embouchure, the air, intonation, using your hands, all that good stuff. It's wild stuff. Bassoon is my primary. I started playing my junior year of high school on bassoon, and that would have been the last 3 months of school maybe, and let me tell you, that was an experience. Okay, I played all of my senior year of high school, but I played wrong. I had no instruction, I taught myself. It was passable as bassoon playing. Wasn't quite the real deal. In undergrad at NDSU, I played for 5 years under the instruction of a couple different instructors, and that really got me to where I am now musically, and I got to take that and turn a career out of that, which is great. I hadn't played for 4 years. I decided, I think I want to join the Army band. I played bassoon, I could probably do it again. I made it, I scored high enough. And then I started taking lessons again, finally, 3 years after that, and wow, I've learned a lot. We'll get started. The first piece I'm going to be playing is the Concerto in D minor by Alessandro Marcello. He was a Baroque composer, born in Venice, Italy in 1669. This is one of the best loved and most performed works in the instruments repertory. So well loved that Bach himself decided to transcribe it from the oboe to keyboard instruments and put in a lot of time and effort on that. And the ornamentation that he decided to write for that is still being used today. I'll be demonstrating that on the second movement, the Adagio. This piece, 3 movements, a lot of air, a lot of notes, a lot of movement, a lot of stuff. What's tricky about it is the long phrases and having enough air supporting your sound and then getting enough air out to get more air in. It's constant, but it's beautiful. This is going to be Concerto in D minor. That was the Marcello Concerto in D minor. Up next is another standard oboe repertoire piece by a composer named Robert Schumann. Robert Schumann was, in fact, a romantic composer and really, really well known for that time. Many people know it, many people don't. Towards the end of his life, he was actually pretty manic. He had some stuff going on, unfortunately, and he ended up dying in an asylum. During one of these manic episodes, he actually wrote this piece that I'm about to play, and he wrote it as a Christmas gift for his wife, Clara Schumann, who is also a composer and excellent keyboardist. This is called Drei Romanzen. I'm going to be playing the first and the third movements, or romances, and they are both titled, or for time, called Nicht schnell, which means not fast. It's pretty fast for my fingers, all as well. This is, again, like I said, standard repertoire for the oboe. I wanted to play only serious stuff for these instruments so I can place myself in that learning mindset. Students might play this for a contest or potentially other performances, other contests with or without school. I wanted to put myself there. That's what's happening. I'm there. Living my best life. that completes the oboe portion of tonight. Feels great. Feels great. Next up, instead of going in order of skill level, we're going to jump right ahead to bassoon. The first piece I'll be playing tonight is actually the third movement of probably the most famous bassoon repertoire individual solo concerto piece out there. This will be the rondo from Mozart's Bassoon Concerto K191. Most serious bassoonists are going to play either a part of this, if not the whole thing in entirety. on a serious performance. Mozart was definitely one of the most prolific and influential composers of the classical period. He composed more than 800 works of virtually every genre popular during his time. The most often performed, being this one, is generally going to be used for excerpts for orchestral auditions. It's going to be used for auditions to be placed into a college or either wind symphony, orchestra, any of that good stuff. Very good solo rep for many reasons. This one has a lot of shifting from duple to triple meter, which makes it challenging at the tempo at which it sits. Articulation as well throughout is also another thing that makes this challenging, and almost virtuosic at times, I swear. The change of character and style as well, really putting yourself into that and making that shift not only happen when you hear it, but like make the audience feel that. So hopefully I will do that with you tonight. This is Mozart's Bassoon Concerto, third movement, the Rondo. Not only did I talk about some great composers tonight so far, all of the music that I've been playing is not just for solo bassoon, solo oboe. The piano part is just as intricate, and it's a conversation between the two of us. And that's one beautiful thing about music, is that it's not just, hey, come listen to me play. It's like, listen to what we can create. And it's so cool. If you don't know that about music, I want you to find out, because it's worth it. The next piece I'm going to be playing is Sonata, Opus 168 by Camille Saint-Saëns. He is a prolific French composer from the Romantic era. He's notable for his pioneering efforts on behalf of French music. This solo was written to expand the repertoire for the bassoon. It was one of his last remarks in composition before he passed away, that he is concentrating his last reserves on giving rarely considered instruments the chance to be heard. He did this for oboe, bassoon, and clarinet. He felt like there wasn't enough solo rep out there. So that's really cool that he wrote this piece, and what a piece it is. Definitely advanced in nature, includes a lot of things that I had to learn, which is great. That's the whole point of this recital, this whole experience. A lot of tenor clef. If you don't know what tenor clef is, it's probably better that you don't. It's a lot. Again, this is going to be the first movement, and I'll be playing the third movement as well. one thing, I have to interrupt, I'm sorry. One thing people don't realize about woodwind instruments, especially in the winter, is the humidity or lack thereof, and how many times you have to dunk that reed to keep it going, okay? This is just water, but if it's dry, it's not gonna respond, and you need it to respond. Next up on the program, always something more, is a brass quintet setting of some tunes. My motivation for having a brass quintet was that most of my playing has only ever been on the French horn in a collaborative setting. So I thought I should bring that to this recital and share that with you. We're going to be playing three different pieces to be exact. The first one is going to be an old 17th century piece called Sonata from the Bankel-Sangel-Lieder. Say that 10 times fast. Alleged to be written by George Daniel Spear. Bankel-Sanger means bench singer, which is a traveling musician who performed in local taverns, standing on benches and singing off-color songs, as you could imagine. The composer, thought to be George Daniel Spear, maybe not. No one knows. It's weird. It's back and forth. There's two camps in the last century. They keep digging in. Like, maybe it's part of this collection by this guy, but maybe it's part of this collection by Anonymous, and just goes back and forth. I thought that was really interesting, and I wanted to share that with you. However, this remains to be Spear's most famous work and is generally played by itself, not as a collection, in the brass quintet setting. The second piece we're going to be playing is by request, and for the season, the holiday season, is going to be kind of a mashup of different Christmas tunes called A Carol Fantasy, arranged by John Iverson. I hope you enjoy the first two pieces with brass quintet. Also, these gentlemen up here, Gus Tanberg, they have Jaden Yeager. It's hard because there's a lot of Jadens in the Army band. Jaden Yeager, Ben Helfrich, and Tommy Eichen, all battle buddies from the 188th. They agreed to do this with me, and I can't thank them enough, as well as Ani, one more time. Thank you so much for your time, your effort, your collaboration. Our first tune is Die Bankel-Sangel-Lieder. again, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to come out, support me, support us. I hope you've enjoyed your night so far. The last piece we're going to be playing is very different than the rest. This is going to be YMCA, arranged by a UK composer / arranger named Seb Skelly. I've been saying it wrong every day until now. Seb Skelly. And it's pretty true to the original 1978 hit, just for a brass quintet. We hope you enjoy YMCA.
You're not wrong. I don't know if it's better.